Hello and welcome to Geoscope on Politics Social with me, Graham Hughes. I'm joined as always, almost, by Ollie Bowlerhatman.
All right.
Yorkshireman.
Hey, up.
How's things down in Yorkshire? How's things down in
Not
sunny
bad at the
Yorkshire?
moment. Not bad.
Yeah?
Um, I'll give you a little preview of something about coming up potentially.
Okay.
I've got two interviews coming up
Yeah?
potentially with people, someone who actually works, well, someone who is a parish councillor under one of
Right.
these reform councils,
Oh dear.
which will be quite interesting, and someone who happens to be a chief whip of another local party in opposition to reform, where they're currently imploding. So
Oh, good.
clues to where that might be.
I'm glad to hear they are imploding because I hate them. I hate them. I hate them forever. But yeah, I heard, who was it? Which council was it that they've already lost? Like something like 20 of their members so far. If they lose
Cornwall.
any more, is that
Yeah.
Cornwall?
Mm.
If they lose any more, they're going to lose control of the council.
Ah, no, that's Kent.
Oh, is that
So
Kent?
they're down to 41
Yeah.
now. They started off in May at 57.
Wow. That's a lot of
Um,
incompetence. That is a lot of incompetence.
oh no, sorry, no. They're down to 47, sorry,
Yeah.
from 57.
Yeah.
That's and if they go below 41, that is where they lose control of the council.
Fabulous.
And and this is where it gets fun, only 39 people signed her letter for support.
Oh dear.
So yeah.
Yes. So this is the blueprint for what we fuck want to do with the country. I think that what Labour need to do is really do, vote refuck, get Tory. Do you know what I mean? It should be highlighting so many Tories going over to refuck. And, Anyway, we're supposed to be talking about
Yeah.
what's happening in other countries today, so we will get onto that in a moment.
This is like also secretly a reform watch as well.
Yeah, Reform Watch. Big shout out to everyone in the chat, especially Diz and Chris and Alvone and Martin in the chat as well. Sarah is in the chat. Saz and others, if you'd like to join Russ and everyone else in the chat and down our shed. All you need to do is hit the subscribe button and wait for approximately 60 seconds and you'll be able to join in with the chat. Today we're going to be talking, first of all, about Javier Milei in Argentina, who was heading towards midterm obliteration until a certain Donald Judas Trump turned up and offered $40 billion in cash to be stuffed down the back of the radiator in the gents' toilets in Buenos Aires' major railway station, and in a bunch of brown paper envelopes. And he said, I'm not going to give this money if you don't vote for the fella that I think is awesome. And he won. He won a land. Well, he's doubled. His party. What are they called? The Dickhead Party.
It's it's like Libertad Advance, something like that. Liberals Liberty Advance. That I
Forward
don't know
Russia.
however you say it in Spanish.
The Forward Russia Party has managed to get itself twice as many seats as it had previously. The state of the economy over in Argentina and the number of people who are
running hot, probably the best way to describe it.
Yeah, and the number
Honestly.
of people who have really suffered under this lunatic being president doesn't seem to matter. Yeah.
Yep.
Do
Do you want to go how he's got to this point still?
Yes.
To begin with, because always worth advancing how they've ended up in this mess, or at least how Millei's governed himself into this mess.
He's gone for extreme austerity, hasn't he? He's cut pensions.
Oh, this is not just extreme austerity.
Funding,
this is like
healthcare, public wages,
free market fundamentalist.
Yeah, get rid of government.
This is it. It's
destroy
let's
government.
get rid of absolutely everything.
Yeah, let's get rid of government and oversight and rules and regulations for the rich.
Still, one of the biggest things he's done. I still can't believe he's done it. Got rid of the Department of Education.
Yep.
So, if you're in Argentina, who runs your school?
The school, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
maybe
Department of Education's gone. Who's in charge of testing? Who's in charge of standards? Who's in charge of what actually gets taught at these schools?
Don't know.
Who keeps an eye on private schools?
No one. Well, that happens anyway, doesn't it? I mean, that's nothing new. Mass layoffs,
I
removing state
can't believe he's got
protections.
rid of it.
Retirees can't afford food. Disability services have been gutted. Hospitals are collapsing. Factories are closing, and wages are being crushed by inflation and
Yeah.
and
Sold off all the
devaluation.
public transport as well.
Yeah, yeah. And why do people vote for this again? Like, for more of this?
Because he was the fun guy with the chainsaw who dressed up as like as anarcho-capitalist man, if you remember that.
Well, I mean, the $40 billion, the US bailout dangled by Trump, I think that had a huge sort of
Yeah.
which was tied to merely staying in power.
Oh yeah.
So voters threatened with economic punishment if he lost. That's foreign interference in a nutshell. And it's weird,
Yeah.
isn't it? Same people who go, "Oh, America interferes in other countries, and we shouldn't do that." And Trump's a man of peace. He just goes around making peace
Getting
happen every
involved in
time. He's
actually
making this
interfering
disaster
in someone else's
capitalism happen.
election.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah.
Kind of fun.
So this is like, if anyone's read Shock Doctrine by Naomi Klein, I really, really recommend it. It's so good. But it is just what he's doing. It privatize everything, crush unions, strip services, sell to foreign capital. It's just a huge neoliberal experiment. And the reason people voted for it, not just Trump, but also fear of collapse, a belief in the system of market extremism, because the propaganda that's been out there blaming all of Argentina's woes on what they call big government. And obviously he's there to rescue everyone from big government, even though he's a multimillionaire who wants to tell people how to live their lives. SG, thank you very much for the £5 super chat. If there are midterms, it's precisely what Trump will do. Send out $100 checks with his face on them, and the Trumps will vote for him again. Yeah, SG is exactly what Trump's going to do in America. It'll be bankrolled by his rich mates.
And as someone has also pointed out in chat, which is also worth very, very much pointing out, this isn't the first bailout he's had. This is the second bailout.
Yeah.
Because he's had... You've got to remember what he's gone for, what he's keep on asking for. He's not asking for like a loan. It's not credit he's asking for, although in the Trump one he is, but we'll get that in the moment. He's asking for like physical cash.
Yeah.
Like it is physical cash that he's asking for, because that is what they need at the moment, because he's burnt through all his physical cash reserves in like his first 3-4 months when he came into office. That is because he's decided to dollarize the peso and tag the peso to the price of the dollar, which is why essentially now Argentina's economy is essentially running hot. So it looks like on the surface it's a good, well-performing economy.
Yeah.
Problem is the second you look behind the curtain, you peek underneath the carpet, that's where you start finding all the problems. That's where you start seeing all the damp, the mold, and all the problems this economy is very, very much going to be running into on this one. And it's just a question of what will happen.
Yeah.
If there'll be a crash, maybe there'll be something else happen. But this is something where, this is someone riding a bike without, the brakes, and they're coming up to a hill.
Yeah.
It's just a question of what's going to happen. And it's what could happen. Two fantastic showmen, $40 billion, and a economy that's, looks like it's running all right. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, I mean, the radicalization, the austerity, that breeds like authoritarianism. What he's doing is it means that people feel less and less like they have power. And therefore, the magic man with the chainsaw who comes along and says, "I'm going to fix all your problems." But this time and time again, this has happened again. This has happened before. It'll happen again. These strongmen, populist demagogues, they take over. They promise the world. They don't deliver. And at some point, people go, "Fuck this," and that strongman is no longer in charge. It's not always that clear cut, but Does happen a lot.
It is the problem of the damage that they do. I mean, we've experienced this with Liz Truss. We've experienced this with Liz Truss.
Yeah, she's a disaster capitalist. Absolutely. Out
And
there.
Milei is exactly the same.
Yeah. It's the Milton Friedman School of Economics, the Chicago School of Economics, which was developed in the 1970s. And it was this idea that the free market held all the answers to all the questions anyone ever had. It replaced God, really. It was like, how did we get here? What happens after we die? How did the universe begin? How does evolution work? Free market economics. And they tried to use some bastardized version of they talk about survival of the fittest, which isn't what Darwin said. They try and pull out the selfish gene by Richard Dawkins and say, oh, this is the way the market works, and it doesn't. That nature doesn't work like that, and humans don't work like that. And the big problem with capitalism is you if you don't put anything in place to hold back people's greed, you will have 3 billionaires, multi-billionaires, whose money, and I'm talking about Zuckerberg here and Musk and Jeff Bezos, those 3 men have more wealth, the 3 of them, than half the population of America put together. That's over 160 million people. That's just bonkers. By the way, we had a super chat come in from Attila Disick, who says, who says, I love Ollie's Ewok suit. Well done, being an Ewok.
my winter wizardy robes.
And Brad wants to know, how's Darwinism not taken out RFK Jr.? Well, because he's rich.
It's the brain worm.
No, but he's still alive, isn't he?
Yeah.
Modern science, modern medicine keeps people alive, and then these people get into positions of power and they take away that medicine from the rest of us because they want that medicine for themselves. They don't want to share it. They think that if someone else, gets their cancer cured or has a pill to take for the fucking headache, they think that means that the pill that they take for their headache doesn't work as well or something. I don't know. I've given up trying to understand what the rich are like, why the rich are the way they are. They're just fucking scumbags,
Anyway, we're getting off topic. We need to go back to Milei.
Milei.
So we're gonna go off topic. Here.
So this is classic economic despair, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this is the classic demagogue formula, and this is why he's done so well. And this is what worries me about the midterms in America next year. And the same thing's going to happen. Well,
you've got to remember this entire sort of it's what he's actually got. He's got $20 billion in actual physical cash. The other 20 extra billion he's got from that deal as well is a form of loan credit that he can basically ask for another 20 billion if things start to go wrong. So Trump's essentially given him, here's $20 billion and here's a potential other $20 billion when eventually things will go wrong as well. The only downside to this is, I don't think anyone's really talked about it, is Trump's actually expecting that back and wants Argentina to actually pay that back. So this isn't like a free loan as like, there are strings attached to it.
Yeah.
Like there are big strings attached to this loan if Argentina doesn't repay. So, for example, one of the things that's actually in there, which a lot of Argentinians have been actually complaining about, are we a country or are we a colony now of America?
Yeah.
Is that if they don't start to repay their loan on time, Trump actually starts to gain access to all those lithium mines.
Oh, really?
In Argentina.
Oh, funny that.
Yeah. He gets access to all those mineral rights.
Oh, cool. He likes mineral rights. He's been told that they're a good thing, along with cryptocurrency and being a fascist bastard.
Yep.
Great.
So that's something else that not too many people have talked about this deal. Most people just focus on the fact that pretty much Trump has just dropped like $20 billion of cash in Argentina. Yeah. But no, there are reasons for it, because he basically wants those lithium mines that are in Argentina. And I think something like they've got a rather large share of the lithium mines when you look at worldwide. I think at the moment, I think there's something like maybe like 10% is actually something mined or something like that. But there's like a further like another potential another 10% that is remaining like untapped or something like that in like what they've got in Argentina. So there's a potential lot of lithium, shall we say, to come from Argentina, especially if you want to go into sort of big battery production like Elon Musk did, which is why also Elon Musk got involved in the election of Milei.
Yeah.
So Milei has given him right to buy lithium mines. So
Oh, funny that.
yeah,
So
funny that.
so there's the lithium triangle, which is up in the very sort of top left corner of Argentina, where it's borders with Bolivia and with Chile, and that whole region there, they've got lots of salt flats, and they get the lithium from the salt flats. I've been to the Salar de Uyuni in Bolivia, which is just a surreal thing. It's this huge salt flat, stretches as far as the eye can see, completely flat. And when you have a little bit of water on it, it looks like you're walking on a mirror. Hi, cheers. Oh, I just got given this. It looks like you're walking on a mirror. It's bizarre, like it's amazing. But yeah, that's all being mined now for lithium, for our batteries. But yeah, apparently Argentina holds approximately 23 million tons of lithium. And last year they only produced 18,000 tons. So there's, like you say, there's a lot of untapped.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still the fourth largest producer globally, but there's a lot more. There's a lot more, and there is gold in them there. Lithium.
There's lithium in them there hills.
Yeah, there's lithium in them there hills up in the Andes.
The other thing we should talk about as well, because previously before this deal, he was doing so badly in the polls. He was also talking about reinvading the Falklands.
Yes. Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
So potentially now, he might well do it again if he wants to.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Who knows what could happen there?
Yeah. I mean, if he's doing badly in the polls, he'll do anything. But obviously, Trump and the billionaires controlling Trump, they were globalists, That's another thing about like the people who support Trump. They're always like, "Oh, these fucking globalists."
Yeah, well, we're anti-globalist, and then just going to be like the biggest.
Yeah. And it's like you're literally doing the stuff for the globalists. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, we should talk a little bit tonight about what's happening in Jamaica with Hurricane Melissa. This is a Category 5 storm, the strongest storm that's ever hit Jamaica. 185-mile-an-hour winds. It's hit the west of the country, which, I mean, it's still really bad, but at least it didn't hit the capital, Kingston, which is where most people live. But not directly, indirectly.
Yeah, I think they've literally just avoided it. I think it's veered off just before it's hit them.
Yeah.
They've gotten very lucky escape from that.
But the people in the west of the country, they're not so lucky. And we're talking storm surges of like 20, 30 feet, which is just unbelievable. That's a 2-story house is going to get hit by water rushing in. It's not quite a tsunami, but very similar. And this is all caused because of the ocean. Is the Caribbean Sea in particular? It's 2 degrees hotter than it usually is at the moment. There hasn't been too many other storms, big storms this season, and essentially all of the energy that could have been dissipated through other smaller storms, and so it's equivalent of like when you have like a really big earthquake because you haven't had one for ages. Which is the scary thing about anyone going to San Francisco anytime soon. But if you're somewhere where there's a lot of little earthquakes, like Central America, the pressure doesn't have a chance to really build up and give one of those earthquakes that is just absolutely catastrophic. So it's a bit like that. And they're saying that the number of hurricanes isn't increasing because of climate change, but the intensity of these hurricanes is. And
I believe it's also hit Haiti quite hard as well.
Yeah, hit Haiti, and also a couple of days ago, and also Dominican Republic. 4 people were killed on the island of Hispaniola. But we're living now in the era of climate superstorms, and climate denial is killing people en masse. It's and if you look at how much.
No, it's not climate denial now. It's climate skepticism. Climate change is happening, but we're just asking questions about how bad it's really going to be.
Well, I
That's
mean,
that's where they are right now.
yeah, no, well, that's not. I mean, that's not entirely true, though, is it? Because you've got people like Richard Tice and Trump who are saying climate change is a hoax. They're just
Mm.
calling it a hoax now. I mean, they're being paid by the oil companies to say that, but you know, the climate breakdown isn't coming; it's here. You know, and the rich countries, including ours, have
Yeah.
fucking caused it.
Oh, technically was veering into another reform watch, but oh wow. Um, Richard Tice sort of kicked a hornet's nest
Oh, did he?
in Lincolnshire recently, where he said that they would resume fracking in Lincolnshire.
Ooh, how did the Lincolnshire people feel like that?
Not very well. Not very well, considering that Lincolnshire, another one of those areas that voted reform, and after that, after asking the council, said, "Hey, so we passed this motion not to, not to have any more fracking wells or any tests like that," and then their council went, "Well, we might allow more, we might not, but we're going to word this bill and this policy so opaquely that
Yeah.
you could get away with it if you wanted to, but if it doesn't happen, well, it's not our fault."
Jesus. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? Ernie Burns is shouting, "There's unobtainium in them there hills." Unobtainium being the
Unobtainium, yeah.
element from. Well, actually, a few movies. It's the element in Avatar, isn't it? But it's also the element that they use in The Core, which is one of the worst movies ever made, to coat the ship ship drill thing that they use to drill down into the core of the Earth, which is something that you literally can't do. But yeah, they covered it in unobtainium so that they could have a nice little window to look out of as they as they made their way through molten lava. Yeah. What else? Do people feel sorry for Melania? I'm sure she's quite happy and sleeping in another wing of the White House. She doesn't live in the White House. Melania doesn't live
Yeah.
there. She's never there. She lives in
He lives in New
Mar-a-Lago.
York.
Or does
Yeah.
she live in New York?
Yeah.
Because she lives hundreds of miles away from Trump. They don't live together. I mean, this isn't even just a separate rooms thing. This is just a very, very a marriage of inconvenience. But yes, it's yeah. The East Wing was traditionally of the White House was traditionally used for the First Lady's officers. But Trump's obviously doesn't need them because the First Lady's not really welcome.
It's a ballroom now.
He's gonna have a bollock room for his big fucking bollock.
Oh, honestly though, whoever gets in next is probably going to have to do something about that. Going to have even more remodeling, and I will just make Trump pay for it. Say you broke it, you're going to fix it.
Yeah, but he's gonna get away with it, isn't he? He gets away with everything. I'm just amazed. And I said this last night when I was talking to Scott. I'm just amazed, like the silence, especially even the Republicans. Like, what would they have done? What would they have done if Obama had done that and said,
well, technically they
slaves
did.
were forced to build this East Wing, so I'm going to knock it down."
Yeah, well, technically they did. I don't know if you remember the whole palaver they made about Obama drawing like a basketball court on the tennis pitch. He put some extra lines on the tennis pitch and he made a basketball court. And the Republicans threw an absolute hissy fit over him doing that.
Yeah.
So,
well, he painted the room, didn't he? So
Oh, apparently it's all gold now.
Oh yeah, no, all of it's gold inside. It's all tacky and gold, and
yeah. If you look at some of the hilarious actual thing is this has actually made it harder for TV crews and journalists to do their job because all the lights now and like the photo flashes that they're doing are now being reflected off that gold. So it's now making it harder to like take photos and like film in the White House because there's just too much gold reflecting off all the surfaces.
It looks tacky as shite. It just looks proper trailer trash, but that's who he's trying to appeal to. He's trying to appeal to Wayne and Waynette fucking slob and go, fucking, that's classy, that is, It's exotic. Brad W, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. Trump buried the Epstein files under that rubble. Yeah.
And, oh no, that's the Epstein files are somewhere in Congress at the moment. That's why it's shut down.
Oh yeah, that's why Congress is
Yeah, where are
never
we
gonna
now? Are we like a day away now from? No,
35.
2 days away now, maybe from like the longest
Yeah,
period.
I think the longest period was 35 days, and I think we're 33 now. Been
Yeah,
going
so
on
not
for
long now.
just over a month, I think. I
And
think.
did you hear about one of Trump's buddies trying to pay the military? Like,
Yeah, $130 million billion. No, million. It can't have been billion.
yeah, so
130 million.
that's gonna pay for like what? Maybe a couple of people, like 2 or 3 people's salaries.
No, but no, it'll pay for a few thousand people who are very, very loyal to Trump. They'll have a loyalty test, and if you pass it, they'll give you the money. That's
Oh,
exactly what they
speaking
do.
of which, this is a good segue into the next topic to talk about because we can talk about Venezuela.
Day 28, sorry. It's day 28 today. So it starts on
One
the
of
1st of October. That's easy to remember. So
So yeah,
28 days.
we'll find out what happens when it starts to get even more worse because
So,
the snap stuff
yeah.
is also getting pretty bad as well, on that front. But did you hear about one of their top admirals resigned
Yes.
very mysteriously?
Yes.
And
Over Venezuela.
well, that's what it's believed to be about
Yeah.
because they don't know the full reason why, but at the exact same time, of course, he quit like literally hours later. Um, the U.S. Navy was just shooting any random boat off the coast of Venezuela,
Yeah.
by the looks of it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that these people are narco terrorists, even though there's no evidence to suggest that those were
Extrajudicial
drug-running
killings.
boats.
We know at least one fisherman who they reckon has been killed, and also a guy from Trinidad who had nothing to do with it. It was just out of his fucking boat. And even if they are drug dealers, they deserve to have their day in court. Catch them, arrest them, put them on trial. The idea that you can be executed on suspicion of being a drug runner, it's just when you're by another person's country, it's just fucking bonkers. Chris C, you're not bonkers, Chris. We love you. Thank you very much for the £5 super chat, my friend. Presidential ballroom where facts waltz and reality does the cha-cha. Oh, love that. By the way, I've got some good news.
Oh,
This has just been posted in our politics social chat by Max. Reform odds to win next election have plummeted off the back of the Kafili by-election last week. Anyway, so yeah.
No, like I say, it's because I think they've sort of realised now because the Kafili by-election had like a 50% turnout, which remember a by-election for a well-centered by-election as well.
Yeah.
Where normally it is like 20%, 30% would be considered very good.
Yeah.
For a turnout, but it was 50%. It's sort of shown that there is a very large block, a very large voter block out there that will vote to block Farage.
Yeah.
And that they will vote tactically to do so.
Yeah.
So if the next election comes down to it being, second term Starmer versus, PM Farage, if Kafili holds true, then Farage will be blocked.
Fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed. So should we move on to the next story? Trump in Asia.
Oh no, we've got to finish off Venezuela.
Sorry,
there's something else we need to talk about as well. Yeah, potentially, we might the US might be going to war with Venezuela.
Oh yeah. They've bombed the actual land now, haven't they?
Not yet. They've admitted that the CIA is operating in Venezuela. That's one thing.
That doesn't surprise me.
But they've also sent the USS Gerald Ford from Europe. Well, it was currently in the Mediterranean over there, and they've sent it now over to the coast of Argentina.
Yeah.
The reason why that is potentially part of a US strike carrier force, which does have, naval invasion capabilities. So, looks like they might be going to war with Venezuela.
Yeah. But it appears that Japan has nominated Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh yeah.
So while he's gearing up for war with Venezuela, Japan is saying, "Oh, we're going to nominate you. We're going to, there's this thing is, I don't think there's a official fucking way that you nominate someone for the Peace Prize. You just write a letter and say, "Can this guy get the Peace Prize, please?" And the committee isn't under no obligation to say, "Oh, here are our candidates for the Peace Prize." They just fucking ignore it.
Did you see the weird video of their new prime minister trying to escort him around the room?
Yeah.
It was really weird.
Yeah. So this is Sanae Takaichi.
Yeah, this is Japan's new first female prime minister.
Yeah.
That is also like really far right.
Yeah,
and a nationalist.
She's
to
the right of Margaret Thatcher. She admires Margaret Thatcher, apparently.
Yeah,
which is always
so you can see why she likes Trump.
Yeah, but they're talking about a rare earth deal. They had a big lavish ceremony when Trump got there. They gave him golf gifts. He had, because he likes golfing. What do you get a man who has everything? Some golf shit. And then you've got, the what's at stake here really for America, because one of the big things driving American foreign policy at the moment is rare earths, and we talked about this before. Basically,
China.
Nearly all of the processed rare earth metals, materials, minerals come from China. They might not have originated in China, but they get refined in China, and they are essential for electronics. EVs, defense systems, computers, laptops, phones, and China absolutely dominates that supply. Meanwhile, Taiwan absolutely dominates the semiconductor supply, and Trump wants to break China's monopoly on the rare earths because they're needed to make the semiconductors. And Japan seems to have positioned itself under this new Margaret Thatcher woman to be, America's proxy in the mineral war, the upcoming mineral war between China and America. And
so this actually goes back to a Shinzo Abe idea. We're building on a Shinzo Abe idea. Just very recently, one of like the last policies he sort of got through was he spent close to something like $1 billion building a Japan nationalized chip production factory.
Yeah.
So this factory, when it is finally finished, is going to be able to sort of not outcompete Taiwan, but it is going to be giving them a good run for their money. And the whole idea was that they would build that and then they would build upon it.
Right, okay.
And then they would be able to sort of even more compete against them. So this is sort of, again, trying to build on that, on that policy to sort of become a more sort of tech, to try and reclaim Japan's tech crown in many ways.
Well, they haven't had that for years, have they? It's the 90s. Last time I think Japan was riding high. But they had 24% tariffs on Japanese exports to America. And now that's been reduced to 15%. That's nice. But only in exchange for massive US-bound investments from Japanese companies, and also military alignment. And Japan walks a bit of a tightrope because it is allies with the US, which it has been since the end of World War II, but it is economically tied to China, and you've always got this risk of escalation. And then what's next door to China and to Japan really is Taiwan. And if Taiwan gets pulled in, anyway. So, but anyway, Trump's been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize by Japan.
Yeah.
He did a bit of dancing as well when he turned up.
The typical
he
weird Trump dancing as he does.
Gromit, these are the wrong trousers. And they've gone wrong.
I am the best dancer. I am the best dancer in the world. Look at me go.
So, yeah. I mean, to go back to the top of the show, Argentina, a crisis in 2026 is almost guaranteed, isn't it? One way or another. I can't see them threading the eye of this needle the way they're going on, not with a chainsaw.
Well, this is going to get even worse because with this win now, first of all, the Parliament cannot now block
Yes.
his. They can't veto him.
Yeah.
So if he wants to do anything more crazy, like he's done, getting rid of the Department of Education, if he wants to do anything more crazy libertarian policies like that, which he absolutely will do and will
Yes.
intend to do,
Yes.
they can't stop him
Yeah.
because while there isn't a outright majority, there is no like 2/3 majority either to stop him.
Yeah.
So at this point, they can just do what they want. Even in the lower house, they own I think they've got like 12 seats, I think it was now because of this election.
Yeah.
Even they can't stop him now.
Yep.
So we're probably going to be talking about a lot more about Milei's crazy policy plans he'll be doing in the next couple of weeks. I can guarantee you that.
Shit.
And then, well, things are going to go crazy. But this is what I said. I think when Milei first got in, that all this is a crazy lab experiment to try and prove that libertarianism works.
But every
That's
time
why you've had people like
libertarianism's been tried anywhere in the world, it's
yeah.
always failed.
This is why you have people like Jacob Rees-Mogg, Nigel Farage, even Kimmy Badenoch praising
Yeah.
Milei, because that's where the Conservative Party's gone. It's free market fundamentalism.
Yeah. Yeah. But we're having the COP30 summit in Brazil, and you've got this humanitarian disaster that is happening now, right now, as we're speaking in Jamaica. There's another. I think the storm's going to be hanging around for another 5 hours on the land. So today and tonight in Jamaica is going to be absolutely horrific. And climate justice needs to be on the table. No one's even talking about it. Trump reckons it's nonsense. He's saying drill, baby, drill. He's responsible for one of the biggest wind turbine companies, which are based in Denmark. They've had to lay off hundreds of staff, including staff in the UK, because the orders aren't coming in now for the wind turbines that they thought they were going to get because of Biden's bills that he put in. Trump's just backheeled all that. There was a huge wind farm that was due to be built off the east coast of America, and Trump has just binned it. He's just binned it all. All the money that's already been spent on it is just gone. And yeah,
same thing happened in Durham.
Sorry,
same thing's happened in Durham as well. Reform has blocked solar panels from going on the council building, money which was already spent on contracts, and so they're just gone. Yeah, we're cancelling that. Well, the company's like, well, we've spent the money. You still have to give us it.
Fucking useless pricks. Yeah, and then obviously Trump doing his little victory lap in Malaysia and in Southeast Asia. And do you know what? I wish he'd just fucking stay out there. Do you know what I mean? Just go and meet people and dance and be a prick. You know what I mean? Then you can get some gifts off people. Like, fine.
I don't know if you saw Jon Stewart recently. He said what they should just basically do instead is just make Trump the foreign president. just send him abroad. Just get anywhere but America.
just get him out. But yeah, I'm really. I mean, the fact that Refuck aren't looking as rosy as they were, and as Phil Morehouse has just pointed out to us, that they've got more headwinds to come. So I think they were riding high after that the last elections, the local elections, but then since then they're not looking good, especially with that MP, the Sarah Puchin woman, saying, "I don't like seeing black and brown people on the telly," and that no.
I've said this before on my channel plenty of times. I think my own council is going to end up going reform, unfortunately. I think the next May elections, they will probably win some more councils, but I think what it will be is once they're in and once people really start to see what they're like in power, just like what's going on in Kent, in all these other councils that I've been following, it's just absolute incompetence, disaster.
Yeah,
it's people who literally on the first turn of Jenga somehow just knock the full tower over on the first turn. You're like, can you not play this game?
Can you be more
how
useless?
You play it. But I think the interesting one to watch, this is what I'm waiting for the results.
Yeah.
I think around these councils where they currently are, I think you're going to see a donut effect happen.
Okay.
So I think there's going to be those people, those councils around them are going to go, um, yeah, we don't want that, and that's where you're going to see reform not go in. But you probably will see reform win in councils that maybe aren't so close
Yeah.
to those of the councils. So we'll see. That's a prediction,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
So, yeah. In other news, this is not particularly great news, I don't think, for any of us who are just praying for the imminent demise of Trump and Putin and all these old bloody dinosaurs. Paul Biya of Cameroon has just been re-elected, in the election there, and on his 8th term, he took office in 1982. He won 53.6% of the vote. Do you know how old he is? 92
yeah.
years old. And it's an 8-year term, so he could keep him in office until he's about 100. Trump's not 80 yet. He turns 80 next year.
Mm-hmm.
Shock of the old. Yeah, so that's kind of fun, I guess. I don't know. There's riots going on in Rio at the moment, in Argentina. Sorry, in Brazil. Fucking geography, right, Graham? And also, I did my show this morning just about the fact that the head of the UN has just said, Gutierrez has just said that they completely missed the 1.5 degrees climate target, which was what they were planning to sort of keep the world to, when they had all these grand ambitions in the faraway year of 2015, before Trump, before all this happened, before Brexit, before the bad times, before the empire. But yeah, and also worth mentioning is Trump's comments about his third term. He's absolutely going to go for it. He said he hadn't thought about it in the same way he said he wasn't going to demolish the East Wing.
This will be the test of I think the American democracy, and it'll be a test of checks and balances, and it will be how the American system gets tested.
Yeah, yeah.
Ultimately, it'll be a test of how strong their institutions are. But the test of all those.
Yeah,
and because Trump would be blatantly breaking so many rules, in and around that, it'd be, just so blatantly obvious. But who knows? Maybe they'll try and repeal the 22nd Amendment. I think, is it the 22nd or the 21st?
22nd.
That's it. They may even try to repeal that.
I don't think they'll repeal it. They'll just get their mates in the in the Supreme Court to interpret it as meaning that it doesn't count for Trump specifically, only for him. That there'll be some kind of carve out, and they won't even have to explain it. They'll just say, "Yeah, this is the result," which is what they did a couple of months ago with ICE. They said that ICE can racially profile. They didn't give an explanation. They just said, "Yeah, they can do it."
Yep.
Is it unconstitutional? We don't know. We don't care. We think they should do it. Some good news. In Victoria, in Australia, there is a bill that's going into the Parliament there to ban non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, in workplace sexual harassment cases, which I think is going to be a world first and well overdue. The fact that in a workplace someone can be sexually abused and then be forced to sign an NDA so they can't warn other potential victims about the sex pest or whoever it was. It's just gobsmacking that we live in this world. But yeah, so that's kind of good news from there.
Do you want another weird story from that's going on in France? Brigitte Macron. He's suing people.
Yeah, for
a lot of these far right wingers and far right grifters.
Yeah,
because they're saying that she's not a woman.
Yeah,
which is really weird, considering again, there's a story literally today. Her daughter, who she gave birth to, has gone to testify.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie. This is probably the most weirdest court case I have ever seen in my entire life.
I hope she wins.
Oh, this is the interesting thing because not only could she potentially win, but there's a heck of a lot of right wingers out there who have put so much stock into like spreading this theory.
Yeah,
So
Candace
they are
Owens in America.
panicking. Yeah, they
100%.
are panicking. If this court case wins in France, then
Yeah,
it's basically one of those automatic you win everywhere else.
yeah, yeah.
So there's a lot of right wingers who put a lot of stock in this kooky conspiracy theory that they came up with.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, there might be suddenly a lot of very in trouble right wingers at this.
Yeah, yeah. So, there's news coming from the Netherlands. Geert Wilders, the right-wing twat who's swept to victory 2 years ago. There's elections there, but all the other parties have said they're not going to work with this party. All of
Yeah,
them. The right, the left, the in between, the up, down, the
yeah.
underneath.
No one wants to work with him. Why? Because he's been insulting them for the
yeah,
past couple of years. You're all terrible.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is this is ironic. This is the same thing that kept Reform out of power in like Cornwall and Northumberland because they kept on insulting all the other councillors, saying
yeah,
you're corrupt, you're on the take, etc. So when they got in, were like, who wants to form a coalition and work with us? They all turned around and went, no.
yeah.
So it's the same thing. No one's going to work with Geert Wilders in the Netherlands because he's been saying the exact same thing for the past 2 years since the last election.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, he might do well in the election, but no one wants to work with him. You know, the same thing's going to happen with VFUC because they don't work well with any
Yeah.
other parties. Everyone fucking hates them. Tim, don't hate Tim, love Tim. Thank you very much, Tim Ballon, for the £2 super chat. Graham, I've posted a link above to an advert. Oh, thank you. Cool. So yeah, what else has been going on, Ollie? We've had obviously strikes happening across Ukraine still, drone strikes from Russia, but also like Russia looks like it's could be I know we've sort of been teasing this for the last 3 fucking years, haven't we? We were going, oh, this could be it for Russia. This could be it. But seriously, they're in a lot of trouble now with their
Yeah,
coal
it's the fuel crisis.
and with their oil. They don't have enough oil to export anymore. There's huge queues at the pumping stations, and yeah, the coal is devalued by 90%. I think to compare with what it was before the war. I mean, they are. I don't know.
And there's rumors now there's not even enough fuel for their own military.
Yes, they have to buy vouchers. Apparently, they have to their own military in Ukraine. There was a story about because he streamed it. This Russian soldier tried to get fuel from a petrol station because he couldn't get any from like the military sources, and they said no, you need tokens. I can't sell it. He's like, but I'm the military. I'm here fighting. And they're like, nope, can't sell you it. And there's people outside the petrol station, like the black market, selling these vouchers, selling these coupons, so you can get. Man, but yeah, it's a very
Well, they're doing very well actually on the battlefield as well at the moment, Ukraine, because during the summer they took quite a hard hammering from Russia, and this entire assault has basically now been turned right back against Russia. The point now where they've actually gained ground in this area where they weren't expecting to. So they're doing very, very well on the ground at this point as well. And if you saw recently, Trump once again is yo-yoed because you remember last week
he said leave it where it is, just draw the line there and just stop, and they can have all the stuff that they've taken illegally off the
Trump's yo-yoed again, and he's completely now like, right, we're going to sanction 2 of your biggest oil companies. And Putin, I believe it was yesterday, might have been over the weekend at some point, issued probably once again a very stern warning to the Western powers. You can't do this. How dare you do this? Meanwhile, in the latest EU package, they've sanctioned toilets. So no toilets for Russia.
Oh, good. Excellent. That's a shit in the streets.
A bizarre thing to sanction, but there you go.
Yeah, yeah. So India apparently is trialing cloud seeding in Delhi to clean the air because it's so polluted. I mean, I'm not being funny, but maybe just have a big push towards cleaner energy
Mm.
and not so many, little tuk-tuks going around, spitting out all kinds of pollutants everywhere. But yeah, and then in the US, the agriculture secretary has been accused of unlawfully refusing to use emergency fund to prevent food stamp disruption. Because all the people who are on food stamps are not getting their food stamps because the government shut down. Yeah, really, really fucking grim. Really grim.
Yeah, something is going to break on this. I mean, have you also seen Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Yeah, we talked about her last night.
But she's going like after Trump and the Republicans.
I know.
It's like
what?
Yeah,
she's the only one mad enough to break ranks, isn't she?
Yeah,
she's fucking insane. So it's just like, oh well,
But she's the only one who's doing it, and you're like, this is the classic case of a broken clock is right, twice a day. Yeah, she's calling out the fact that food stamps and that her constituents are
starving.
Rely on that, and that's going to hurt her. And you're like, yeah, she's actually bizarrely probably for like ever making some sense, which is really bizarre.
Yeah.
Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Just to go back to Russia and Ukraine, obviously, the EU, the big sticking block for the oh god, I've got out of focus. Focus, please. Nope. Focus. Thank you.
Rub the Vaseline off.
Yeah, rub the Vaseline off the camera. But yeah, so Slovakia and Hungary are very hungry for the oil that Putin likes to pump towards them through Ukraine. And while that is still flowing, he's still getting money in from 2 EU countries. And the rest of the EU has just fucking cracked the shits about this. Like, why? Stop it. Stop buying this fucking oil. And it looks like they might be in a position to force Slovakia and Hungary to stop fucking buying this shit from Russia. But their excuses are we don't have any alternatives. We don't have any alternatives. And the EU's going, look, we can sort something out for you. And they're like, no, I'm not interested. Because obviously both the leadership of Hungary, which is under Orban, and also the leadership of Slovakia.
Yeah. Although now under Slovakia, because they had some really wacky elections at the start of this year. If people remember us talking about that elected a very pro-Putin prime minister.
Yeah.
So yeah, really, really weird the way Slovakia's gone.
But I mean, I guess it's just like, oh, well, we tried democracy and it wasn't perfect. So let's go back to the days when we had authoritarianism and we were told what to do. Choice paralysis. Choice paralysis leading to like absolute electoral stupidity. But again, you got to remember, Putin's a very rich man. He's probably the richest man in the world. We don't know how much his personal wealth is because he doesn't publish how much he's got, unlike the the tech bros and stuff who are always trying to outdo each other. The man who probably has the most amount of money in private bank accounts around the world is, I don't think there's much doubt about this. It is Vladimir Putin. He's got a lot of money to spend on anything he wants to spend on. And by the looks of things, just £7 million of possibly Russian money that was channeled through the Isle of Man to Aaron Banks's privately educated, of course, bank accounts and then into leave.eu's coffers. That's all it took to get Britain to leave the EU, which is now costing us. Is it up to 60 billion now a year for the coffers for the Chancellor Exchequer? I think because it was 40, they found another 20 billion, sorry, because of the slowdown in productivity. it's just it's absolutely grim as hell. Joanna Hammond says PP check required. I'm going to check my PP. Just give me a second while I check my PP. Any other stories? We've got 3 minutes left before we throw everyone over in Max's direction. Thankfully, we didn't make the goal for the super chat, so I'm not going to tell a shit joke. So that's good. Although maybe actually, if Joanna's thrown some money in the PayPal account, then maybe. Let's have a look. Recent activity. Maybe I can count this as the 5th. There you go. Thank you, Joanna, for the £5 super chat. There you go. Okay, I'll tell a shit joke. Do you want a shit joke?
Go on then.
All right, 2 scousers in a pub down the Dock Road, and they're having a drink, and one says, "Hey, see that fella by the bar?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "That's the fucking Dalai Lama, that is." And his mate goes, "No, it's not. Mate, Dalai Lama, mate. He looks fucking Chinese. That guy over there doesn't even look Chinese. He's a white guy with a beard. Dalai Lama doesn't have a beard, mate." And he's like, "No, mate. It's a fucking Dalai Lama. I fucking swear to God, it's the Dalai fucking Lama." And he goes, "All right, tell you what, you go over there, fucking ask him." He goes, "Okay then." So he goes over, has words, comes back. He said, "Told me to fuck off, didn't he?" And his mate goes, "Fuck now, we'll never know." Ba-dum.
That was awful.
Yeah. Anyway, should we?
Yeah, that's all you can. That's all you can really give it, can't you? Just dead air.
Squeaky tank time. Where's the tank? The tank went past me.
Anyway, random story.
Quick before the end.
From Japan as well. Because of their depopulation problem, especially in rural areas, bears are now making a comeback in quite a significant way.
Bears is making a comeback. What? Bears from the Happy Mondays?
No, as in bears.
Oh, where are they making a comeback?
Yeah, like in bears.
Yeah. Like
proper
like
bears.
Big hairy, big gay man.
No, like grizzly bears.
Yeah. I choose the bear. Anyway, no. Where did you say? Sorry, where?
In Japan. In
Japan,
the big bears
back to Japan. Brilliant.
And there have apparently been an increase of bear attacks this year in Japan.
Fantastic!
Because of it.
Oh, okay.
So weird news, but a positive side effect from depopulation in Japan.
Real not panda bears because they're not bears, and not koala bears because they're not bears either, and not water bears because they're not bears. Anyway, Tim Ballum, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. Please show the Lincoln Project advert. I'm sorry, Tim. Thank you very much for the super chat, but I can't show it right now because it's not set up. I don't know what. I've not seen it before, and also it's past, so we've got to say goodbye. I'm afraid we've got to say sayonara. Auf Wiedersehen. Au revoir. Hasta luego. We've got to go over. We've got to go over to Max's channel. So if you'd like to come with us to Max's channel, we'll go and watch Maximilian do his thing. And if you just keep watching this, and you'll be magically transported over. So Ollie, are you got any shows coming up on your channel, which is at Bowlerhatman?
Not at the moment, but if you want more crazy reform stuff. And what's going on, and the continuing collapse of not only potentially Kent County Council, where they are 9 people off. If 9 more people leave, they will lose control of the council. Fingers crossed. There is very likely going to be a leadership challenge, which will also be fun. Cornwall Council and reform there has basically completely collapsed. I don't know if people have heard about that today. We'll be talking more about the made-up attack, or the alleged attack, apparently on George Finch in Warwickshire, where there's no police report, no witnesses, and no footage whatsoever. This attack took place, yet he's still claiming this real thing actually happened. So we'll see on that one. But I've also potentially got, like, say, 2 interesting interviews coming up.
Cool.
Potentially one with the chief whip
Whip.
of the Lib Dems down in Kent. So
Mm.
that'll be fun with everything that's going on there. So yeah, come on
Fantastic.
over, and yeah, we have quite a lot of fun. we have quite a lot of fun.
We have our fun. All right, mate. Well, listen. You take care. Thank you to everyone for watching. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for sticking with us through thick and thin and squeaky tanks. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So all that's left to ask is if you give us a like on the way out. We would like that. And say hello to Max for us, all right? Say hello to Max. And until next time, hello, good evening, welcome, and goodbye.
Bye.